Good morning, all. How's everyone doing? Sorry I was a bit late. Had to blow my nose there. I am a little bit exhausted today. I mean, why should today be any different? Because there was an Amber Alert maybe 500, 600 kilometers from here. And so we got the emergency notice on the phone, woke me up at 4 in the morning. And so I've been awake since then. So let me show you what I did this morning. So this morning, actually in a couple hours, my weekly usage of Claude resets. So I was like, I only used like 30%. So I was like, oh, let's make a project and use up all the rest of it. No. I only managed to use 3% this morning, and it resets in 2 hours. So yeah, not too much. How's it going, Adam? So let me show you this project. So you've got a canvas, right? And then you double click and it makes a node. So let's say this node is for FreeCAD design. Make a functional prototype, mechanical prototype. Make a functional mechanical prototype of a handheld controller. Okay, and then, oh, look, it truncated the text. Right, so you can stretch it out like this, whatever you want. Make another node here. Oh yeah, and then you can add an emoji. So let's go something like CAD work. Not that much there, huh? Let's put a computer. Okay, then here it would be the electrical design. Oops, electrical design. And then this would be, electrical design. Let's go handheld. And then this would be make a functional prototype using the Zhao ESP32 C3. Okay, so that can go down here. Let's do, there we go. Okay, and then here we'll do full working prototype. Go down here, combine mechanical with electrical. Okay, now watch this. This is what I love here. You go like this, and you link it to there. You give this a name, whatever. Functional. So see, it has the functional label there. Should be anchored a little bit better. Then I can grab this. Oh. Hey. Why you no work? Oh no. Claude. Oh, there. There we go. Then you can functional. Okay, so you got these two going, and now when you've got stuff complete, you can actually set priority, in progress, in progress, waiting, what are you waiting for? Previous nodes. So basically it's like a node-based organization, and you can put your files in there, right? And then when you're complete, you can go done. That one's done. That one's done. And now you're working on this one in progress. So this is kind of what I wanted, sort of like ideation board, right? You can change your priority. So high priority, this one. You can zoom in and out. You can reset your zoom. You've got your things. You can do a search. So you go prototype. There's the 3 of them. So it made all this morning. And this is all in... oh yeah, and there's a user guide. Oh, user guide crashed. Okay. The nodes are a bit, the arrow nodes are a little hard to, how's it going, Linus HSD? A little hard to click. Still wants to resize the window, the window unless very specifically on the attachment point. Hitting tab while editing the title should default to going to editing the description of a node. So you just tell it. You just tell it what you want, and it'll just go and do it. I'm tempted to just do this now because, you know, accessing the documentation in the app, errors out. And you put that, and then you just tell it to go. And this will use like some little percent of my quota, but like it literally wrote thousands of lines of code. So 750 there, 140 there. And I asked it to do it in Python so I can understand it too. 1,000 lines of code there, 382, 198. Like there's a lot of lines of code here. So you tell it what you want. How's it going, JB? I was just showing off, you might have to go backwards in the stream, but I was just showing off some software I had Claude make in order to use up some of my Claude utilization. My week is resetting in 1 hour and 50 minutes, and I have 33% used. How's it going, Lockwatcher? So see, it's doing it again, fixing it. So once this is done, I will run it again. And I'll just show you like sort of the whole deal. But yeah, essentially starting after this stream, I have to queue up project ideas that I've always wanted to do and get Claude to do them while I'm watching podcasts or whatever, because I barely broke through 30% of my usage for the week. And I've got only 3 weeks left. So going to be pushing through as much as possible here. So see, look, it's just doing it. The thing is, what you have to know about Claude is you kind of have to do other things. You can't just like sit here and watch it work. Right? Okay, so let's, you know what? We're gonna do one more thing. No, screw it. No, I'll just, okay, so whatever, this node. Oh, I forgot to check, see if, okay, so if I tab, nope, tab doesn't work. They didn't fix that. I'll tell it it's not fixed. Okay, it looks like I can much more easily grab the arrows now. Yep, that's good. That works. How's it going, Franco? And let's go help user guide. Ah, now it shows up. Oh shit, can't read. Okay, so can't read the text due to poor contrast on the tabs in the user guide section. Tab doesn't cycle me from the title to the description. I don't think a tab character will be often used in the title or description. So let's make sure it prioritizes swapping between the dialogues. Would like a way to add bullet points to the description. All right, so I need to shut this, discard my saves. There we go. So I'll let that do that. But yeah, Claude has been absolutely amazing. All this like software I was dreaming of making and why I'm learning coding, I just tell it to do it. And because I know like I'm learning how to code, I can modify the code afterwards. I mean, it's a lot of code to read through, but that just is what it is. You wonder if Claude does his best coding work on Sunday mornings. Must be tired and having to resync for the full week of information. So you laugh, but AI services, typically you use less of your usage, of your quota, on the off hours. So, you know, Saturday, Sundays, and then very early mornings on weekdays and evenings on weekdays. You use less of your quota per token because they know businesses run Claude. So their servers, a lot of their servers are idling, which is why I really wish you could queue stuff. Be like, here's what I want, do it in the middle of the night, you know? At some point they need to compile new information. I don't know, I think they just use that info to train new models, and then eventually when those new models are ready, they release the new models, and the old models just continue on the old learning fronts. I don't know if they tune models specifically, like they'll just iterate, like instead of Opus 4.5, they'll tune Opus they'll tune Opus and then re-release it as Opus 4.6. I don't know if that makes any sense. Just have to accept the dialogue. The other cool thing is I might end up making Android apps, because that is something Claude can do. Android apps, video games, lots of stuff. So we'll see. Okay, it said it fixed it. So let's see. Also, I make my software to be beginner friendly because it just packages it into an executable. So new node, node 1, tab. No, tab still doesn't work. Come on, dude. Oh yeah, there's a collapse. Oh. Okay, that doesn't work. So collapse, relapse. Okay, so when collapsing the node, it doesn't uncollapse properly when uncollapsing. Last night you woke up 4 times in the first 2 hours. Full stress, no reason, no nightmare, just because. Damn. Wouldn't it be great to get a Claude or AI as a sponsor? Yeah, they're burning money. They're not. First of all, they're not interested in me. Okay, so tab, hitting tab on while editing the title still doesn't bring you to the description. Edit. Okay. That's good. How do you add bullets? Tab contrast. Oh, yeah, that I need to. User guide. Ah, there we go. Ah, that looks great. So here's the user guide. So fully documented. So user guide and developer docs, fully documented inside the app. This is the way every app should be made. Brilliant. In fact, there should be a GitHub repo for the user guide and the documentation. Okay. But on your app here, you should be able to go to click update user guide and documentation, and it just updates just that portion from the GitHub. So it checks to see if there's any differences. Oh, like this is so great. Mickey D's Ronald. Could probably make a Ronald. Yeah, so this should really, tab not working is bad. Tab contrast, focus, overridden. Cycles body title indefinitely. Nope, it doesn't. Type hyphen, then space, and it'll give you, oh nice. That's very good. Hyphen and space. Let's check that. Bullet with butterfly. Oh wow, that didn't add a bullet. With. That's not correct. Okay. Bullets are buggy. It worked for the first 2 bullets, and then the third, and so on. Just put didn't auto make the bullet. And when manually made using another tab space, it placed it on the previous line. Discard. Did I forget to? Oh yeah, no, still told it. Okay, we're good. They use the data in the AI generators to train the AI models. At some point, this will create a big problem. Yes. This is why, again, you need human intervention. Actually, while that goes, I'll just do some FreeCADing. Yeah, this whole thing about like automation and all this stuff, I mean, it's cool and all, but you need a human at the helm. You just do. All right, so let's finish our face here. Let's do this. So now I want to trace all the way to here. So let's grab the external geometries. Let's trace construction line. Doesn't matter how long that is. So let's go. So that would be like 17.5. Let's go 25. Why is mine not 25? The AI will completely get data wrong. So I think the thing is that AI can get things incredibly correct, but what the problem is that it takes a lot of cycles, a lot of energy, a lot of like computing power. Okay, why can't I? Anyways, whatever. We'll deal with this. It takes a lot of computing power in order to do that. And so it's costly. I don't know what I just did. Arc by 3 points. So the thing is, I want it. Okay, whatever. What are you doing? So yeah, they tend to just go and do it close enough. What is this tool? I think I'm at the end of my knowledge here. How do you... Polyline. M key cycles behavior. Oh, cycles. Okay. It's not... Oh, wait, I got the wrong... So... No, that's the next one. Oh, why is this so obtuse? This is M. M is doing nothing. none of these tools work the way that I expect them to. And before you start complaining that I whatevered, I'm trying here. Okay, now grab this guy and this guy, this guy. That is not what I want to do. Oh, Dirty Yankee, I didn't notice you there either. Oh, shit. Yeah. Now, can I modify this? I can't drag it after. So it's like you have to select your points. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. That my whatevers are just fine. I have to say, this is like some obtuse level stuff here. I may just not know enough about FreeCAD to get this to work. Okay, so now my chat context for the last 4 hours is 98% used, but my Claude overall is 34% used. Let's see if they fixed it. This is a node. Tab still doesn't work. Tab doesn't work in there either. Tab, me, daddy, cool, yes, you suck, regular text. Okay, that works. But yeah, tab still doesn't work. And then the text is too big, so you have to, there we go. This is great because I'm learning something at the same time that you guys are. What are you guys learning? This software rules. Nope, doesn't tab. Yes, it rules. And then there we go. And now, can it be circular? Can I like relink this to this? No. No circular. What happens if I do this? Oh, it's back and forth now. Look at that, we got a double ender. If you go like this, you can go fit all. And it zooms to see everything. It's pretty cool. It works well. It needs some tuning. Hammer. Nature. Key. I don't know why that's in nature. Nature MISC. Computing data. Cloud. I have to say, like, to build a piece of software like this is cool. Oh yeah, and there's lanes. Yeah, plus lane. So here's the lane. So you can actually set your things in a box to have these things like linked to the box. I just need them to like connect here. And then, oh yeah, there's a pen. You can write pen 15. You can use a select mode. There's a lot of cool stuff. Oh yeah, and you can grab okay, these, and then you can save as template 1, and then you can grab this and put it back out. Oh, you should be able to. Drag leave received. Uh-oh. Templates don't work. But anyways, that was that's what's going on. I'm out of chat context. So you get a 4-hour window of chat context, so I'll work on that a little bit later. But I think it's pretty cool. You just you let it go. You just let it do its thing. Like, it literally, it took, like, there was a massive refactor that it told me would take a while, and I just walked away and came back and it was done. You're creating Home Assistant integration, so using PyTest to run tests on that code. Very neat. So I guess I might not be able to do this. Because it seems like this is too complicated. I need to follow tutorials, but I'm not going to follow a FreeCAD tutorial on stream, right? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, and I'll show you something. Since I had lots of Claude left yesterday, like last night, I asked it to make me the code. Let's see, if I go here, the code is completely made for the Nunchuck project. So here's the controller, open. So look at this. The firmware, you may get your assembling your new NAS today. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so here's the code. We still don't have a name for this project, by the way. So here we go. We have all the documentation. It includes the Arduino, the Wi-Fi, the ESP now. You define either controller left or controller right. And then you've got your dead zones. You've got your pin assignments. These are PCB wired. Packet definition must stay byte for byte identical. So this will be our struct, yeah, type def struct attribute. And then we do, one side is defined, globals. So it built the whole damn thing. Now I just need to get my CAD up and running. Really sucks because I'm struggling with FreeCAD. Autodesk Fusion. Just want to see if it's still free. Local site. All right. So very expensive, $1,000 per year. You don't save anything on 3 years. 1 month, $120. Let's see, plans and pricing. Fusion free for 30 days. Yeah. Is there not a makers? It's a demo. Free trial. Morphac. No perpetual licensing. Yuck. 3-day free trials. Available for free qualifying hobbyists and non-commercial use as Fusion for personal use. I know they hide this. Yeah, I know. I know it's a lot of... That's why I'm doing FreeCAD, because FreeCAD is free. Let me just see if they have a new update. Limited CAM functionality, single user data management, limited electronics, that's fine. Generating less than $1,000 annually. I don't generate any money off my Fusion projects. I mean, I'd love for Fusion to sponsor the channel, but I think I just need to put on my big boy pants and learn FreeCAD. Fix 5 confirmed issues from the FreeCAD GitHub issue tracker and receive a reward of 250 euros. I would really want them to list this. FreeCAD GitHub issues. 3.3 thousand labels. What do you need to do? Confirmed issues. How do you find a confirmed issue? Is issue state open? There we go. White background for all tasks in the panel. I'm just going to read through this. How's it going, LB4FH? Same journey here, switching over to FreeCAD, primarily from SolidWorks, but I've used Fusion. Yeah, Fusion works with my brain. So all task dialogues have a white background which either flickers or stays on until you move the cursor over the task panel. This? Oh, wow, I've never experienced this. Oh, 1.2. I'm on 1.0. Do they have 1.1 available? Download. No, 1.0. But 1.1 is almost here. How many? I don't know. Did you ever do something with the kitty little? So I gave away the 2 kitty litter boxes to cat people. Okay, so these are for other issues. Okay. Let's go pro. Let's go pro. Find me a really, really good written tutorial for making oddball shapes in FreeCAD. What are we in? 1.0.2? 1.0.2, please. Like Mango Jelly on YouTube, but not video format. Draw all, yeah, I know you keep saying that. Make all your designs on AutoCAD DXFs and manipulate the DXFs. So for anyone seriously like here and think they want to try FreeCAD, this guy, oh my god, I can't type. Mango Jelly. So this guy, the end-all be-all of learning FreeCAD. The amount of stuff he teaches is insane. My problem is when I am on stream, it's very difficult to follow video tutorials. I don't know, it has metrics. Because FreeCAD, yeah. The official, screw off. We'll try it. We'll try it. Ugh. FreeCAD forum tutorials. Dedicated books. You could do with some help with QBasic. Honestly, Franco, you are like the perfect use case for AI. You just need to know how to ask it the question. Also, like, if you want to email me something to ask Claude, since you're such a power user here in the channel, I would do it for you. I should sell. I try to recover my 33 Canadian dollars for the month by selling people access to my Claude subscription on off times. Okay, but I don't want your help. I want their help. Okay, fine. FreeCAD wiki. We'll try it. I think I'm human. Ah, my eyes. My eyes. It sears. Is there a dark mode? Help. My eyes. Where? You know you're made by the search engine people, right? Some links would have been helpful. Although, I have to say, Google searches have been poop for the last 5 years and getting worse. So, I couldn't use your keywords to find what you were talking about. Yeah, nap for 4 hours. Tried reading some FreeCAD docs yesterday. Oh, yeah, I know. God, documentation is so bad. But I'll tell you, that is one thing AI is very good at. Here, look at my documentation. Python. So watch this. User guide. Nexus Canvas, project management tool, infinite canvas. So look, creating nodes. Double click. Node fields. Title, body notes. Emojis. Checklist. It's good documentation. Let's see if they fix the tab. Did you fix the tab yet? Tab. Still not fixed. We have 98% used on my chat window. Discard. This is still not fixed. Suspicious link removed. Are you kidding me? Ah, my eyes. My eyes. Okay, what? Introduced in version. Okay. A, B, and C. Great. Thank you. Okay, dialogue-based workflow. Don't know what this means, but let's try. Banter for an illusion I've been trying to work on. ChatGPT did have some great starter info. Good. Press the additive loft button. Part design, additive features, additive loft from the menu. Select the sketch be uses. Oh, you need your sketches first. Single sketch or the face 3D object can be selected prior. Oh my God, this is to better control the shape. That all cross sections have the same amount of segments. Vertices can either start or end. This is not okay. This is not good. Oh, tutorials. Thank you. Tutorials. Architecture and BIM. Modeling parts. Drafting and sketching. Oh, here. This is it? No, here, list. Thank you. Add button to FEM. Arch tutorial in the BIM. Basic part design. Okay, make up. Oh shit, this is not. This is outdated. This is like the 017. My eyes, why is everything light mode? Can we... this one's just titled tutorial. CAD book. Import SVG. Professional software has bad documentation, bad websites, and generally bad UI. It's generally how you recognize them. Yeah, I know. Bad everything. How's it going, Proton? Freak had 0.19. Why is this posted in 2025? Yeah, mango jelly, obviously. I don't want video. Go away. I may just be doomed. I may just not be able to do this. Only have Daywalker mode? Yeah, I know. Okay. So, here's my problem. Oh no, you've hit your limit. Resets at 10 a.m. We've hit the limit, folks. Thank God there's browser plugins. Yeah, I know. Okay. So here's what I'm trying to do. So the eventual goal is this. I want to make this, okay? But controlled by this. So this is a wireless micro. The goal is to fit this and a circuit board and a 18650 into something more or less this shape. It doesn't have to be exactly this shape. So here's the handle. This is the cylinder you saw on screen. Okay, watch your eyeballs. I'm going to blind you. It's why people make... I know. But you know what? I don't like video tutorials. That's not true. I like both. Okay, so anyways, so I've got this. And this is big enough to fit an 18650 cell in there comfortably. So what I was trying to do is make a platform that extends out, and I just wanted to place the thumbstick on top just so I can see how it works. I was just trying to make a basic shape. You're always tired, but the doctors have no idea why. It is a symptom of long COVID, just saying. Check out Diana? Diana? Is it Diane or Diana? I think it's Diana, physics girl. She got chronic long COVID, big time. She's had it for years, bedridden. Anyways, so I'd like to put the thumbstick up here and just see if the ergonomics work. You never have COVID as far as you knew. Some people barely had reactions to COVID. But anyways. So yes, so that's the plan. So I was just trying to make like a plate here and then a thing that goes on top. And to hold my... I'm just trying to make a rough and ready prototype. But it seems like making organic shapes is not my forte. Maybe a truly free AI open source that we can all use. Yeah, I can just sketch on the end of it. I can make it square, I guess. There is truly open source stuff right now, Lockwatcher. You can run it locally. Look up LM Studio, and you need a reasonable GPU, but I mean you can get a lower, a shittier model. For the organic bit, the lofted boss things you looked at earlier work well too. Yeah, but I mean there's so many things Like I don't have the mental processing capability to think like 3 steps ahead. In Fusion, I would make a part, and then I would modify the part. I would modify the primitive. I would use a primitive, and then I'd modify it. But in Fusion, you're able to snap to things. In FreeCAD, you might be able to, but it's like beyond my comprehension. Apertus LLM, probably the most truly open AI right now. You mean like online AI? Because like DeepSeek is fully open source. Even the training data is open source. And people have made distilled versions of DeepSeek. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot too. The other problem is I need to design the shape of the case before I can design the PCB. Because the PCB has to fit inside the case. So that is another problem I'm having. Also, I can't open this damn thing because the only tri-wing bits I have, they're too fat to fit inside these deep recesses. So the whole thing is being a challenge. You know what? I'll just check my whenever I get like random screwdrivers. Oh shit. I did my wheel bearing yesterday, by the way. It was a freaking nightmare. So right now I'm in lots of pain, but not like injury pain, like aches pain. It's very hard on the body. So let me just check the random screwdriver bin to see if I have a tri-wing. I ordered a set, but sometimes you get these like little plastic handled ones, like really shitty ones, and it might work. But that's only if I have one. What's this? I'll show you this types of screwdrivers I mean. It's like when you get like these things. You know, you get these really shitty ones. So I just throw them all in a bin, which, by the way, the bin is made of cardboard. It's a cardboard box, not a bin. And it is disintegrating. So at some point I'll have to deal with that. That's not tri-wing. Crazy thing is I should have like encountered tri-wings years ago. Actually, I probably have. And probably put tri-wings on my list of stuff to order. And never did. No, I don't see it. Okay. No tri-wings. Ugh. Oh my god, I'm so old. Alright. Order more parts for new cardboard boxes. Yeah. Thing is, I own a table saw. And I've owned it since before COVID, but I haven't used it. So maybe this summer. Maybe this summer I'll make some crates. Or I could just go buy the bins at Costco. They're like $10. And then I will probably keep all my fingers. So we've got that. Okay, so yeah, so my issue is the organic. I am not good at organic stuff. I am good at making like shapes. I am not good at making like this kind of shit because now like I have no reference. Like I'd like to make something that follows this contour but then stretches out more this way, and I don't freaking know how to do that. So, and that was my plan for what we're doing today. So I'm not sure. This is where I'm stuck now. I'm stuck here. So what do we do? I could breadboard the project because I've got this guy with the pins on it already. Could breadboard it. I could set up KiCad. Got a heat gun? Yeah, no. I'm not going to do that because I need the dimensions in CAD. Also, why is FreeCAD so awkward to measure stuff with? Anyways, whatever. FreeCAD is FreeCAD. I need the dimensions to fit the PCB in. So that is also not great. But yes, I do have a heat gun. So yeah, I need to learn CAD. Okay, here's a poll question. Start poll. Would you watch me learn FreeCAD while I watch Mango Jelly's videos? Yes. No. Do something else? I don't know, man. All right. Giver. Fun to find your stream. How to solder a temperature sensor to a LoRa board? I mean, it should be the same. There should be no, like, what kind of, like a DHT? Did you know that I have a project where you can have a nice desktop tool for using any temperature sensor you want? I'm sorry about the pulsing there. That's just it doesn't show pulsing in real life. What pins to connect to where? Ah, now I get you. I hate to say it. Okay, everybody who's not LB4FH in stream, block your ears for a moment. Gemini Pro is very good at telling you which pins you should use and which ones you stay away from. For the most part, a lot of the GPIO are usable, but Gemini will be like, well, if you need I2C, don't use these pins. If you need SPI, don't use these pins. If it's the only thing you're plugging, you can use any of these pins. It's good at that, basically. No idea. The hospital hooked you up to a portable monitor thingy for 3 days a month ago. It did all sorts. Oh boy, people are saying do something else. Yeah, I kind of agree. Watching a tutorial video is kind of shit. I completely get that. So right now the no do something else is winning. Oh, like by a big margin. Just made a temperature sensor with an ESP32 board. Has thermocouple socket, Bluetooth connection. Today made your first Android app to connect to Bluetooth. Display temp and graph log data. That's awesome. Good shit, man. Really good. Heltec wireless tracker with Ricardo Guzman firmware on it. I don't know any of those words. So it's pretty simple, you think, just that the manual isn't too specific. Yes, I should probably test the code. So I should breadboard it, is what you're saying. I think that's what you're saying. Let's do it. DJ, breadboard that shit. Boom, boom, boom. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. 8 Mile, anyone? Let's do it, Rangers. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I'm gonna go and right now I'm gonna flash the transmitter code. Oh, small problem. Very small problem. This is a C6. ESP32 C6. The ESPs that are coming in the mail are ESP32 C3s. The code will not work. C6, what? C6 doesn't have Wi-Fi. But first of all, okay, let's clear something up. I don't need Wi-Fi for my project. I need ESP now. Zhao C6. It does have Wi-Fi. Complete 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi 6 subsystem. And it has Bluetooth low energy, and it has Zigbee Thread IE 802.15.4. Has all those things. But I ordered these C3s. AliExpress. Let me check. Let me check where they're at. They're probably far. My orders. C3 track order. Left the sorting center of origin. So they're going to be here next week or the week after. Also, where's my P4? Oh, my P4 is in the same package. That's awesome. So that's a bust. Why won't the C6 work? Good question. Okay, I had Claude develop code for me. Oh, maybe I'll just ask on stream. Gemini, I had Claude develop code for me using ESP now, but it designed it for a Zhao ESP32 C6, I mean C3, but they have not arrived by the mail yet. I do have a Zhao ESP32 C6. Can I just select the C6 in the Arduino IDE and flash the C3 code to it. Just change one, define, and recompile. No. Different RISC-V cores, different hardware registries. Okay, I did that. This is good. ESP now compatibility. This is the biggest hurdle. ESP now relies on the specific Wi-Fi stack of the chip. The logic, well, the ESP now.h library standard. The C6 requires Wi-Fi mode to be set explicitly. Okay. Well, I've done that. That I don't know if it does. I mean, I can just paste this. Here, tell me if there are problems. I think it'll work. C6 supports 12-bit resolution. The linearity and attenuation settings. If your D-pad module has significant leakage or a long cable, yeah. Then you just rewrite it to work, and then we will see if Gemini can hang with the heavyweight Claude. Then if it works, there we go. Challenge accepted. Okay. Oh yeah, we need all the MAC. Oh shit, I forgot. We need all the MAC addresses too. I also need the code for getting the MAC addresses, all the of the Xiao C6 and the ESP32 S3 Super Mini. So let's do that, because we do need the MAC addresses, because that is how ESP Now communicates. ESP Now is like nothing short of magical. However, it is super obtuse to use. Same universal script. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. File, new sketch. Paste. Let's just verify. So MAC address, then, it is very specific to the actual board. So we are going to have to make ourselves a little bit of a convention. Let's see if that works. It's compiling. I need to find a fine-tipped Sharpie, also known as a Sharpei. Don't think I have any fine-tipped Sharpies. Okay, it worked. That's good. Okay, let me get the MAC address. So let's upload it. Zhao C6. Upload this shit. Okay, let me stop the poll. Okay, hard resetting via RTS pin. And then tools, serial monitor. Perfect. All right, let's make a notepad. Okay, so we'll go Zhao C6 1. I'm just gonna make a CSV Mac. Wait, how do you make a CSV again? I think it's like this. Device name. Mac address. Device name, MAC address, and formatted MAC. Is that how that works? And then like this, then you put the MAC address, like so, and then the formatted MAC, like so. Sleep is so bad. The fact that you work only in adrenaline is not good. So I know sleep problems are caused by lots of stuff. But when I have sleep problems, doing more exercise helps me. It like truly does. I know people say, yeah, diet, exercise, blah, blah, blah. I know that shit. But for real, it does help. The commas in the formatted, not going to mess. Oh. Huh. Huh. That's a good point, Proton. Thanks for that. That is true. Is there any way to escape the commas in CSV, like my data has commas inside? Wrap the entire field in double quotes. I never made artisanal CSVs before. But I think this will work. So if I save this, save desktop, ESP, or sorry, Mac list.txt. Well, I'm just modifying my files here. Maclist.txt. Where did you go? Maclist.txt. Copy here. Rename .csv. Yes. Okay, now, oops. Libra Calc. Look how slow this thing loads. Okay, and now open. File open. Desktop. Hey, it's working. Yes. Yes, we did it. We did it. Okay, so now we need to label this shit. You have no energy, work on adrenaline, so more exercise equals more. I guess I don't understand your I work on adrenaline thing, because I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Sleep problems are caused mostly by stress. Yeah, me too. What are you stressing about? Mostly just the stress. Yes, this does sound like my life. Okay. So we need to label this, or else we are doomed. So let's cut out a block. So I guess ITT, what I'm saying is that it works for me. If you want to try it, try it. If you don't want to try it, don't try it. That simple. But I do understand that sometimes people don't understand your condition, which I don't. I'm not pretending to. And so sometimes there is no solution. I am just telling you what has worked for me. But yes, definitely my sleep issues have often been stress related. So just getting more exhausted. Sometimes it takes several days. Write a number on the USB connectors, cover the board ID sticker. Well, I don't know what the, hold on, I'll show you what I'm doing here. So first of all, I have trouble reading the C6. So the C6 is very small. So I'm going to label come on, ScribeWriter. C6. Painter's tape is like the shittiest thing to do this with. C6 dash 1. So ideally I'd have a felt tip pen, but I don't. So now at least I know this is C6 number 1, and you can see that the Zhao ESP32 C6 is still there. Stress about the small stuff. Start designing a new illusion, for instance. I'll try to design in my head when going to sleep. We'll wake up and try to write stuff down. By the way, Locke, are you like part of the, like, are you a member at the Magic Castle in LA, or is that just something LA magicians do? And have you been there? That's another question. Have you been there? Now we need a C3. Now the S3, sorry. Now the S3, I told it to just use, because it's just plugged in, it doesn't need to be form factor bound, but it also doesn't need to be massive. So I just told it to use this. Oh great, this is a 0. Do I not have super minis? What's this? That's a C6 super mini. Okay, S3 super mini. Jesus Christ. Give myself a freaking heart attack. There we go. S3 super mini. S3 super mini. So I like the super mini because this will be my USB dongle essentially. Not the castle. Have been there, not as a performer. Amazon, a member of the IBM and SAM. I'm not sure what most of those words meant. The podcast I listen to the most is they have a magician who is a member at the Magic Castle. Bought a bunch of, yes, I know, I love these super minis. So I have the zeros and the super minis, and I haven't decided which one I like the most. I like them both. So this magician, he's an amateur magician, I will say, but he tried to do a trick live on the podcast, and he screwed it up, and he was so embarrassed. But it's like, dude, shit happens. All right, JB, say hi to your mom for me. Ask her for her recipe of Swedish meatballs for me, please. Not that I'll be able to, to make them, but because I'm a fatty. I would like a really good Swedish meatball meal. But, oh look, why is there's goobers in there. She is a vegetarian. Oh, well, I'll take some vegetarian Swedish recipes, because I'm trying to lower cholesterol, and vegetarian is like one of the easiest ways to do that. It's like a life pro tip. Life pro tip, if you need to lower your cholesterol. Ow. Just stabbed myself with my knife. Don't think I'm leaking. If you need to lower your cholesterol, go vegetarian. I have tacos quite often. Love tacos. And I use refried beans in my tacos. Sir Strumming? Yeah, no thank you. Well, I'll give some Sir Strumming. Are you, Linus, are you Swedish? Come on. I will, would Norwegian in Finnish. Okay. Because if you were Swedish, I would call you Linus. I don't know what the Norwegian spelling is, or pronunciation is. But I do know Linus, because that is what jeez, what's that guy's name again? Linus Torvalds. Torvalds. Norwegian, LB4FH. The freaking northern countries are representing hard in this stream right now. I love you guys. Would love to visit. Plane rides from Canada are not cheap. Actually, you know, I say that, but there was a while where we had an airline, I think it was a Norwegian or no, an Icelandic airline that made trips to the Nordic countries extremely cheap. That's what my wife used. She flew there and then flew to England from Iceland. Iceland. You're Swiss? Look at you guys. And I know ITT is European as well. I think she's European. She's not very specific about where she is. We have a couple Americans. Lockwatchers here. Jackie is usually here. And then me, the lowly Canadian. Yeah, IKEA does have good meatballs. I have not had IKEA meatballs in like 10 years. I need to go. So because I reached one of my goal weights, so I'm at 200 pounds now, so lost 15 pounds. I'm going to have a celebratory meal, like a cheat meal. So that's tomorrow. So tomorrow morning I'm not streaming because tomorrow morning I'm going to Costco and get my celebratory Costco Poutine. Costco Poutine is so good and is cheap. You're Americans up in the mountains near Kanistan. Which mountains though? There's an eastern mountain range and a western mountain range. Germany, Kurt, welcome, welcome. Eastern, White Mountains. I don't know what the White Mountains are. That's the Appalachians though, right? I knew you'd be northern because you're a Yankee, right? Usually Southern Americans do not want to be called Yankees. Yankee Doodles. I've only been to a few places in the US. Went to Las Vegas and went to New York City. And of course I went to like the places on the border like Messina and Ogdensburg. That was a long time ago. Ich wohne Braunschweig im Jar. Can someone just make sure someone's on translation duty, because if there's any slur or insults, they need to be dealt with. Please and thank you. Be nice, folks. That's all I'm saying. Be kind. And I can't really be on translation duty while I'm working. Nothing dodgy. Okay, good. Speak a bit of German too. No, not enough to have a decent. Okay. If you guys are German and here because of electronics, hopefully you know about BitLooney. He streams a shit ton. Actually, he used to stream more than he streams now. I don't know what happened. this will be S3-1. I really need a fine tip marker here. Going to Schwarzwald in Germany this summer on a radio amateur meetup. Yeah, that sounds very nerdy. I like it. Speak French, German, French, English, German, Swiss German, and Luxembourgish. Mais tu comprends-tu un accent nord-américain? Parce que l'accent nord-américain est beaucoup, vraiment différent que celui européen. Now that's the question. Okay. Trying to write an S3. This is not working. Anyways, I'll put a 1 here. And I'll put an S3 up on the USB. That's a 1. Let's see if I can get the S3. Been to Montreal and your head hurt from trying to decipher the French. Yeah. When there's companies in Quebec with headquarters in... No, no, that's not a tire marker. It's just a paint marker. Paint stick. Tire markers are wax. They're like an oily, waxy... sorry, what was I saying? Yes, when there are companies that have offices in Quebec and France, and they have to do meetings together, they speak English because neither of them can agree on which French is the proper French. All right, let's see. We're going to make an entry here. Screen. Ugh. Is there a zoom in? There is. Okay, this will be Super Mini S3 1. What? It doesn't do auto. Okay, it does, but it was weird. All right, let's see if our code will work. S3. Super. No S3. Okay, mini S3. Hopefully it works. Upload. Sam and IBM are met. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I thought IBM made computers. Sorry. The Swiss French is different to the proper French as well, but it's not that bad. Claude managed to decipher the code base to find out where the correct temperature sensor, where to connect the temperature sensor. You hope seems correct too. I'm an iterative designer, so I need always to test things by doing. So I'm very trial and error oriented. When is my package supposed to arrive? Ooh, Canada Post. It says it's shipped, but whatever. Resetting. Excellent. Excelente. It has the same MAC address? That's not possible. First of all, unformatted. My God, why is LibreOffice stuff so shit? There's no way. LibreOffice worked. Yeah, it doesn't work for me. I don't know if it's their Windows version is shit. It's like actually garbage. Okay, resetting. Okay, so maybe the Lolin doesn't work. So let's change this. It's not, yeah, it can't be. So it's definitely an S3. I have a generic S3 Super Mini from AliExpress. What is the closest match on the Arduino IDE? I used the Lolin S3 Mini and got no MAC address. Lots of people say that LibreOffice works great. It's so buggy. Like it doesn't even respond to keystrokes rapidly. Like right now it's doing it, but I think it has garbage collection. And sometimes it takes forever to register a keystroke. Same in the writer. Fuck off. What? Like, also, why is this? And why did I paste from the same place? Oh no, I didn't paste from the same place. This came from this came from Notepad. S3 dev module. Just use the dev module. Dev module. I don't know if I have to reboot it. Should be no other ESPs connected, right? Lots of issues with it on Linux. Okay, so I thought it would be perfect on Linux. Yeah, I know. Office is way better. Honestly, I don't want to say this because it's embarrassing, but I like Google Docs better than LibreOffice Writer. Like I use it here for my YouTubing stuff, so it shows my history. Because like I make resumes for applying to jobs and stuff in Word, so I don't want to open that on stream. So I use LibreOffice to kind of separate my stuff, but it is not a good piece of software. Okay, sorry. It is a good piece of software. It is not a polished piece of software. I think calling it not good is not fair. It's like very unfair, in fact. It is good. It's not polished. And even though Word has been like in shitifying for a long time, it's got a long ways to go before it in shitifies to that level. Oh, the baud rate is not correct. Well, that would help. 115,200. Okay, let's reboot this. Oh, my back. That was not a good feeling. Just had a twinge in my back. I kind of wore out my back yesterday. It doesn't seem to be working. I'll just unplug this. Plug it back in. I'm getting nothing. Okay, hang on. Maybe I had to put it into boot mode. Let's try uploading the code again. So I wish Proton. I'm a mechanic by trade, and I just don't have the wear left in my body to do it. So I would love to get a job in something else. I don't know if another ESP is plugged in here. This is not working. What happens if I reset it now? Does it work now? It's not working. USB CDC on. Oh, I forgot. There's like some shit you have to enable. Okay, USB CDC on boot enabled. Ah, enabled. That's what it is. Flash mode QIO. Flash mode QIO. I don't know what that means. 80 megahertz though. USB mode, hardware, CDC, and wait, what am I doing again? USB mode. USB mode. CDC and JTAG, good. Okay, let's try that again. Let me put it back into boot mode. The serial, what does the output say? Nothing. It says ESP now, ROM, ESP32, S3. That's it. So let me put this back into boot mode and we'll try to do it again. Okay, and let's upload this shit. we'll ask Gemini about it after. So yes, I've been trying to puncture my way into have a good nap, ITT. I might finish early because I might need to nap too, because for those of you that don't know, I was awoken at 4:30 in the morning by a Amber Alert 600 kilometers from here. The crazy thing is, I never get to read the Amber Alerts because when I wake up from an Amber Alert, I smash whatever on my phone is necessary for it to stop making the noise, which then dismisses the alert. Not very useful now, is it? Done uploading. Okay. Gonna unplug it and then plug it. It worked. Okay, so it was those settings. Yeah, that's way better. Control Shift V, unformatted text. It worked. And then the hex values. There we go. No, you cannot disable the alert. You can disable all of the alerts, but the police systems in Ontario and Quebec have been putting the alerts out at the highest priority. And the highest priority you cannot disable. So the highest priority is meant for if like a nuclear strike is coming and you need to shelter in place or something. And the police services are abusing that setting, that priority setting. The Americans would call it presidential level. In Canada, there's a different nomenclature, but yeah. So you cannot. Do they send them with the same as they use for the air raid sirens? Yes. But we don't have, I don't think Ottawa has air raid sirens. It's actually a fairly good question. Does Ottawa have physical air raid sirens, or will it use the cell phone alert thing if poop were to hit the fan? No, we don't have, okay. Cold War era air raid siren network in Ottawa was decommissioned in the 1990s. They were physically removed. A few remains as relics. You can see some of the Diefenbunker. Yeah, been to the Diefenbunker. Cool place. One of the reasons they were phased out was maintenance and reliability. Some of the sirens in Ottawa famously glitched and ran for hours. Wow. Alert ready. Yeah. Cell phones, cell broadcast. Yep. TV and radio. Ottawa Alert launched its own supplementary called Ottawa Alert. Danger to life. Ottawa Alert, more localized issues. Yeah. The airport uses sirens. Warn ground crews. Golf courses have small sirens till players get off the grass. Fire stations. Yeah. The police stations in Ontario and Quebec have been sending out Amber Alerts at the highest emergency level. All my settings in my Pixel phone mute and disable all sounds on all alerts. Is there any way for me to disable the alert when sent at highest priority? Test your silence once a year as well, yeah. At 4 a.m. one day, yeah, that's me today. CRTC, manage all Canadians alerts to be sent using the level 1 classification, yeah. Pixel specific top, or because of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, are hard-coded to ignore do not disturb in silent modes to ensure the message is heard in a true disaster. You will lose all emergency notifications, including the legitimate threat to life ones. You can manually disable a system package. Build number, USB debugging. Yeah. That kind of sucks, because if there is a tornado, I'd like to know. You can put it on airplane mode. Ugh. Yeah, sucks. Yeah, an hour or so, which is brutal. Like, by the time that happens, I'm already awake. Okay, so we have the MAC addresses. So now we are going to wire this shit up. So before I do that, I need to go to the washroom, and I will probably make another coffee. Is this coffee number 3? This is coffee number 3 already. So I have to not have coffee. But I will instead... AI got the pins wrong. Reddit got it right. Oh, interesting. So I will instead get a decaf coffee because I still like the flavor. I'll go take a tinkle, and then we will start wiring up all the buttons. And then we should be able to upload the code to this, and use a controller tester to map it out on the screen and see if it works. So the buttons should work. However, not everything will work, but the buttons should work. So let's do that. I'm going to put music on for you folks. Here. I'm going to make a playlist. Okay, view playlist. I'm back. I'm gonna figure out a way to make that transition smoother. I know you can do it inside OBS, but I'll get it done some other day. Honestly, putting a lot of effort into the stream is something I want to do, but it's like a high effort, low reward type thing. Okay, so while this is plugged in, I'm going to flash. I'm going to flash the, hold on, you need to go away. Open another IDE window. I'm going to flash the firmware onto it. Let's see. Go into my super secret location. Nunchuck. Receiver code. There we go. So something I need to do here. Let's see. Okay. Oh look, even even says there. USB OTG required for USB HID. Oh, good to know. So let's select the. Let me put the board into boot mode first and foremost. Let's put it into boot mode. Okay. Excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you. All right, so this is all Claude, by the way. So ESP32 S3, and then it's just dev module. Okay. And then what port is it? COM14. I forgot to go COM14. Okay, that's good. Okay, so USB mode. USB mode. OTG. USB CDC on boot disabled. The CDC on boot disabled, correct. Upload mode, UART 0 hardware CDC. Okay, that's what it is. Serial debug goes through different, yeah. Need some agentic AI that can optimize OBS settings to your wishes. Sure, you can do that with Proton. It's just config files on a disk. Yeah, I do want to learn it too, so it's not a big deal. Flash firmware, attach USB to UART adapter. Well, we don't need that. Copy the receiver MAC. Don't need that because we have the receiver MAC. Mode dual, set mode below. Oh, it didn't update this. I don't think you need to do this anymore. Dual mode, left joystick, right D-pad. It's past 10, so we could do some more. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do some more. Limit should be lifted now. Go ahead and finish what you were doing. Okay, so left, right, yeah, that's good. Yep, this is all good. Joystick, single controller mode. Operating modes derives automatically at runtime. No configuration needed. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So that's good. There needs to be a MAC address here somewhere. Packed gamepad on data received. Where does the MAC address go? Why is this highlighted? Where do you put the MAC address? Attach USB UART adapter, open serial, copy the receiver MAC line, paste into receiver MAC in controller. In controller.eno. But that's not the receiver. Something is weird here. Operating modes, tuning parameters, threshold. Incoming bits, packet types, globals. ESP now receive callback. Helpers. So let me just check my weekly. Yeah, weekly just reset. Excellent. This seems to be the transmitter. No, this is the receiver code. Maybe it doesn't need it. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. What the hell? I can't find where to paste my transmitter MAC address in here. This is the fast model, so I don't know if it's going to be any good, but we'll see. Don't paste transmitter's MAC address. Once I need to know the other's address and data. Project's logic, the transmitter is the sender and the receiver is the listener. The receiver is passive. Huh. Okay. Okay, but I got my RX MAC address using another script, so I don't need to connect anything here then. Just use that in the transmit code. Have a good day, LB4FH. Thank you for coming by. I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be here in 2 days probably. Okay. Okay, so just send it. I just send it. Send it. Send it. I'm curious how much of the memory of the S3 it's going to be using. Probably not a lot. Oh, also, when I was up there, upstairs making my coffee, I accidentally used the non-decaf. Uh-oh. Claude? Claude, what have you done? It's okay. We'll use Claude to help out here in a second. When it's done with this one, we're gonna check, see if it actually did fix the stuff. Because I want to use more of my utilization on Claude anyways. Here, we'll just be over here and wait. Oh yeah, you guys didn't see the nice, this is the money shot. When the creamer gets mixed in. Hooah. Don't mind the floating bits, it's just the coffee coming off the walls of the cup. Oh baby, I love coffee. It's like the highlight of my day. Okay. So let's see if they fixed this. Main pie. Okay. So I forgot what I asked it to do, but let's just do, this is a new node tab. Oh, this is a description. That works. Tab, 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 tab. Excellent. Excellent. You fixed it, you beautiful mofo. Now, if I do tab, if I do like alt tab, no, that'll do this. I need another key, shift tab. Hold on, what if I do space tab? Yeah, I don't want to mess with it. Cool. Cool. So you can have all your nodes, and then you could node up to there, this to there, this to there, then this back and forth to there. Hey. Then this to there, and this to there, and we can, oh, okay, decide to go there, that's okay. Now this back to here. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, I would never offer a guest a dirty cup. That would be diabolical. In fact, there was a guy, so I don't have a lot of snacks in the house, obviously, because I am trying to lose weight. But a guy rings the doorbell. Oh, and it was like grocery doing time. A guy rings the doorbell. He says, "Hi, sorry to bother you. I am diabetic and I am low blood sugar. Do you have like a can of pop or anything to get my blood sugar up?" And I said, "Yeah, no problem." And then I ran inside, and then I noticed I had nothing. Like no snacks, nothing quick. Like I could have cooked him something, but that would take forever. So what I did is I just made him sugar water. I put a tablespoon of sugar in a cup with water, mixed it up, and I put some like some Mio, some like sport, some water flavoring. And I opened back the door. I said, "Look, I'm sorry. This is all I got. It's sugar and water. Like I have no snacks. I genuinely don't have any snacks." And then he said, "No problem. This is perfect. Do you know how much it was?" I was like, "Yeah, 1 tablespoon." He pulled out his phone. He drank it. He pulled out his phone. Did some calculation. He said this should help a lot. And I said, would you like another? Are you fine? And he's like, if I could get another one of these, that'd be perfect. So I was like, perfect. I'll make him another one. So I made him another one. And then I offered to walk him to his car or call for help. He said he's fine. He's like, this is a big help. I'm in the safe zone. I can get home. I was like, okay, we're good. But yeah, I had nothing in stock. So I really should go buy like a Pepsi or something and keep it in stock. Okay, discard. Okay, this works really well now. There are some changes I would like, however. One, the attachment point targets are still a bit small, and the cursor doesn't reliably change away from the resize one to the pointer. And you have to be very precise to get them to link up. A slightly bigger target would be nice. 2, what else did we want to do? I would like the arrows to specifically connect to the node, to the attachment point that it has been attached to instead of the closest one. It's okay if, unless you right click and select auto cleanup arrows on that specific node. Feel free to name it more professional. God, I love that it just does this. Oh yeah, I guess I should have actually dealt with my code instead. Oopsies. Well, after this one, we're gonna deal with the code. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you now. We probably won't have time to mess with the S3 and do the prototyping. So feel free to leave if you want. I'm going to be tinkering with this for the next 15 minutes or so, and then I'll probably be calling it a day because I am exhausted. It is 10:30 in the morning and I've been awake for 6 hours already. Yes. I do appreciate you all being here though. Phenomenal of you guys. Edit, edit, edit. Claude is like magic. I feel like this week I'm gonna burst my limit. Got this. This is good. So I guess the plan for today is I'm going to be doing some Claude coding to maximize my usage for the week. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to be following Mango Jelly's tutorials. Watch a video of someone that made an ESP board using the speech-to-text function of his phone. Send the text to an ESP32 that emulates a USB keyboard. Yeah, I do want something like that, but to increase reliability, I'd want like an AI, like a local AI level to it, and then that'll add delay, and I don't know if I want that. So what I want, if you can get it tuned perfectly, that would be amazing. But essentially, like, you need some sort of interpretation in between. And like, look how much work it is for Claude to do this. Like, this is just churning in their facilities, right? You imagine if it was done here locally? But I love that idea. Definitely love that idea. I need to, this whole, you know what? This whole damn thing I'm doing is because I want to play video games while I'm on the treadmill so that the treadmill doesn't feel as daunting. Because that's the deal. The treadmill is crazy. I just don't, you know, I just don't want to, I want to be on the treadmill and have both my hands free so I can just, you know, back and forth. Oh, that looked bad. Back and forth like this. And yeah, he uses the phone because they seem to have the best free to use apps for recognizing voice. Yeah. Yeah, I think there are some good apps that run on PC. But again, you need a lot of neural processing. Look, this is our previous attempt and our newest attempt. So newest attempt is a lot skinnier. By the way, this is printed on the Centauri Carbon. On like the fastest possible speed at the worst possible quality. Look at how good that looks. Crazy, huh? I would totally buy another Centauri Carbon, but there's no need for it right now. I think my Pixel, I think I have Pixel 9. Can the Pixel 9 do local LLM processing? Like, does it have NPU? Fully capable of LLM processing. Uses Google's Gemini Nano model. Really? So when I run the Gemini app on my phone, does it process locally? the data is not local. It's tied to my Google account. That's weird. This is actually interesting. Actually, a hybrid. While your data is stored in your Google account, the Pixelline uses smart routing system to decide. Oh. It's in the clouds because full Gemini Pro or Ultra is far too large. Uses on-device Gemini Nano. Pixel screenshots. Recorder app. Talkback. Call notes. Okay. Is there a way I can use the fully offline LLM processing of my phone with complete privacy? I can ask Claude to make a Gemini app. I mean, a LLM app. We'll release experimental app called AI Edge Gallery. You download the specific models. You can flip your phone to airplane mode, completely on TPU. What? What? Off-grid or MLC chat. Let me just check my Play Store here. That's Gemini. What am I doing? Am I the only one that's discovering this for the first time? Yeah, absolutely. This is interesting for local processing. Let's see, MLC chat. It's not there. Off-grid? Off-grid. Off-grid. Private AI chat. Run AI offline. Generate chat, generate images, vision, voice, no cloud, 100% private. Okay. I'm going to install it. I'm going to see what's going on. So can I get Claude to make me an Android app that uses my phone as a LLM, like have it extract data from document scans? Do you think Claude will struggle with this? Your Samsung has an NPU. Are you kidding? This is some of the coolest stuff that I've ever red. Because all of, okay, hang on, let me see if, let's see if this fixed it, and then I'll make my little spiel. Okay, so this is a node. This is also a node. Node. And now I should be able to duplicate. Oh. Okay, yeah, copy paste nodes, that's nice. All right, grab this to this. But now I should be able to grab this and put it to this node if I want. Nope. Still can't. So I can do that there. Okay, so it doesn't change, but you still can't. Okay. If I optimize routing. Okay, so that works. That works. Yeah, I am a kid in a candy store. I'm a fat kid too. Okay, so here is the truth about my interest in AI. I actually don't care for cloud stuff. I don't care for connected stuff. I don't really care. What I do like is the idea that AI done locally can help me in my everyday tasks. I use a software called Adobe Scan. It's free on your phone. And what you do is you like put down a document like this. So put down a document, and then you'll open Adobe Scan and you'll take a photo of this document. What Adobe Scan does is it auto crops the document. It works like a scanner. And then you can save it, and then you can put it into your Google Drive or whatever. So when it comes tax time, you have all your stuff. The dream, though, is that when I do that, I take a photo, it auto crops, and then it reads the words onto it. Then it makes an inference on what the words mean. Okay, like so if it's a receipt, you got vendor, date, all this stuff. I'd love for that to be saved inside a JSON or something and then parsed by software. And my boss is trying to do exactly that for his paperwork. But if he can do that with local LLM, if he can do that with his phone, he's going to be so thrilled it's not even funny. So that is the dream now. That is my goal. I will use my Claude. I will subscribe to another month of Claude if I have to make this work, because that is incredible. So that also means that what I would love to do is to use a local LLM, right? That would be the ideal. And I scan all of my bills and stuff, and then just run the local LLM through everything and export all the data. You do spot checks, right? But eventually you'll see it's accurate. Or even just have it a comparison view. Started playing around with LM Studio, anything LMM, and trying to set up a fully local file organization agent, but is not very successful. Didn't put too much time into it. Yeah, so I tried a little bit, but now I'm going to up my efforts, especially with Claude. The fact that I have access to Claude has changed my perspective, because I figured I could build this thing myself. That's not that complicated. What I didn't realize is that I can make it so much more. So this is opening up my mind. I also have a new perspective on my YouTube channel starting this month. So the new perspective, for those of you who stayed all the way to the end of this live stream, I'll tell you, I desperately want a job in some sort of maker field, some sort of electronics field. So I am redirecting my YouTube channel. I'll still do the same kinds of stuff, but I want to focus on making really good, hard-hitting tutorials. So the first tutorial I'm going to do, because it's related to this, is going to be a ESP Now tutorial. So you don't know how complicated ESP Now is. My goal is I'm making a tutorial. I think I have 8 videos planned. I'm working on it still, the bones of it. But the goal is you're going to go through my playlist. It's going to take you about 2 hours, but you'll be able to master ESP Now. And that's my goal, is to make these high quality tutorials to attract sponsorships, a viewership to the channel, which will then attract sponsorships, which then also will work as a living resume. I've always said I wanted my channel to be more relevant and useful, and that's what I'm doing. So behind the scenes, I've worked on it, the ESP Now tutorial series. I've worked on it now for over 6 hours. So yeah, this is the goal. We are 2026. We are making things happen. That is going to be the goal. We're going to try to attract sponsors. We're going to try to attract employers. We're going to try to make really good content that is meaningful and gives back to the community that gave me so much. So that is the goal. But for now, I need to eat and then probably go take a nap because I was awoken so early. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you want to be part of this process. I'm going to do it, most of it here, live, but not all of it. Make sure you subscribe for live notifications. Make sure you subscribe to the main channel. Thank you all for being here and tolerating my shit. Oh, you've been engineer for 30 years? Oh my God, I'm so jealous. Math and I don't get along. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.